Brother, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be covering how to actually build a legacy in your 20s. We all want success. We all want those nice cars, that luxury watch, that perfect relationship with our family. Having that when we're 50 or 60 is cool, but having it in our 20s is way fucking cooler. And that's one thing that's been playing on my mind recently. And that's exactly why I want to deliver you some sauce today, which is a product of my thoughts. You might be thinking, why should you even listen to me? So there's a picture of me at one of the events I hosted in York. I'm 22 years old on that picture, and I still am. Although I look a bit younger because I've got my beard cut. So why you listen to me? In 2025, I've been to 9 different countries. I've been traveling whilst building my business. I make 6 figures a year, 5 figures a month. I'm leading a community of other high-level operators, other guys doing the exact same thing as me. And whilst I'm doing all of this, I'm collecting something I call dad lore. Some people are familiar with this phrase, other people aren't. Dad lore is the stories and memories that you create or collect or acquire before you meet the mother of your children. Guys like us, we all want to marry that high value woman, to have amazing children with, to raise them properly. But in order to get there, we've got to become the man who attracts that person. And whilst we're doing that, whilst we're traveling the world, whilst we're building a business, whilst we're living with other like-minded guys, that's where we create stories, memories, and things to talk to your kids about when they're going to sleep, bedtime stories, things that actually make your life interesting. And that is a huge part of our legacy. If you go back in history and think of all the people with the greatest legacies, they've all got stories to tell, and that equates to something. I've broken this down into 5 different pillars. You might recognize this fella here, Alex Hormozi. And this wise man once told me, if you're stuck between 2 decisions to make, pick the one that you'd rather tell the story of for the rest of your life. So this is going back to the storytelling thing and a bit of a personal thing here. I had this on the locks, my lock screen before I moved to Thailand. It was on there for 6 months. And every day I'd read it. And every day I'd think, what is the story I would want to tell for the rest of my life? Is it working a corporate 9-to-5 job with potential of becoming a director by the time I'm like 28 or something, earning 60K a year? Or do I want to leave everything I know and strive for greatness and take that one-way flight to Thailand into the unknown? What story would I rather tell for the rest of my life? And it's pretty evident which one I went for. And it's the same with you. Take a screenshot of this now. Save this as your lock screen. It'll work wonders. So the first one, dad lore. I've already touched on this. Dad lore is the stories that you collect, the memories you make before you meet the mother of your kids. Now, what actually comes into this? It's experiences. Let's just go XP for now. What is XP? XP is things that you get when you get the reps in, when you do things. If you're going to be an experienced sales closer, because you've took a lot of sales calls. If you're an experienced fighter, because you've sparred a lot, because you've had a lot of fights. And this is one thing that we need to collect. We need to collect XP. We need to collect experience. Because the more experienced we are in life, in our 20s, the more of a difference we're going to make. And that's going to reflect differently on how people actually look at us. If you're 23 years old and you've been to 20 different countries, you've got $250,000 invested or on the bank account, and you've got a business that operates and makes you 6 figures a month, that is some serious XP you're carrying around. Whereas you could still be at your old job. You could have never made that jump. You could be stuck in the old mindset. And what XP of life, so to speak, would you be collecting then? So XP is one of the things. And the second thing about dad lore is going against the grain. Everyone follows trends. I follow trends. People follow clothing trends. People follow trending sounds on TikTok or Instagram Reels to make it go viral. People follow trends of story sequences, like Nick Setton's huge in the space right now, and a lot of people are copying what he does. So people are going with trends. And when you're building a legacy in life, you want to go against these trends. Let's change color here. And you're going against these trends. Because what happens when you go against the trend? You stand out. And I know exactly what type of people I'm talking to right now. You've already went against the grain. The fact that you're watching this video now, the fact that you already have an online business, the fact that you moved out of your hometown and you might be living in Thailand or Marbella or wherever in the world you are, you've already went against the grain. So you're already standing out. By doing more of this, by going against the grain more and more and more, that's where you get dad lore. And you're also going to get your XP. All right, pillar number 2, build something with impact. Making money is cool. Traveling the world is cool. But if we're not leaving the world a better place than we found it, then what good are we actually doing? I believe that we all have skill sets. We've got skill sets to do great things, to build big businesses, to get in incredible shapes. And that is also a responsibility on us to give back, to to build something of impact, to help out more people. Because no man is an island. That's a quote from, forget which book, but it's a quote and essentially it means whatever actions we take, it has a repercussion on someone else. So build something of impact, build something that positively affects other people. Like for myself, the Willionaire community, I know the work that I'm doing is helping loads of people indirectly as well. I'm helping out the boys and the members in Willionaire, but also their girlfriends and their families and their clients. They're all being affected because of it. So ask yourself, what am I actually doing that's having a positive impact on the world, not just myself? And for me, that's quite a big personal value I hold. And a lot of the guys in the online space, a lot of the guys watching this video, I'm sure you will resonate with that. And the third one is train towards your physical potential. We've covered like the money side of things and building a business. But when we're 20 years old, we're never going to have this youth and freedom again. We're never going to have this little responsibility. And when we get in our 30s, that's when we get married. That's when we have children, typically. Again, I do know I said go against the grain. But for me personally, I don't really know what's going to happen there. But we want to train towards our physical potential. We want to be strong, capable men. We want to be men who've got an impact on the world. Like we said, pillar number 2, who've collected experiences and memories, but is also a strong, confident man. And we do this by training towards our physical potential, lifting heavy weights, going on those short runs, fast runs, long runs, training some sort of martial arts, developing your character and your body and your mind. And by doing hard things, you're callousing your mind, you're strengthening your body, you're making yourself more capable to go on and to do even more greater things. Training towards your physical potential isn't something that's optional. I believe as men who want to go and do great things with an impact on the world, they've got to be strong character themselves. They've got to captain the ship that they want to steer. People will see you and they will see the hard work that you put in. They will see the veins in your biceps. They'll see that you fill out your shirt. They will see the washboard abs, and they're going to respect you for that because they understand it takes consistency and discipline to actually keep that going. As a man in our 20s, if we're in good physical condition, people will see that, and that'll speak volumes about our character as well, not just our appearance. Pillar number 4 is give back to those that helped you. This is slightly different from having a positive impact on the world. And what I mean by give back to those who help you is take care of your family, take care of your mother, of your sisters or your siblings, if you have them, your grandparents. The people who looked after you, give back to them. It might be a gym that you went to or some sort of youth club that you went to that kind of steered you in the right direction. You want to give back to those that have helped you. When we're doing good things in life, and we look at like the biggest celebrities who've had insane fame and success, and when they give back to their hometown or their neighborhoods, they get recognized and people really, really like that. And building a legacy is, again, it's more than just about us. Building something that's just about us, that's merely selfish acts. Doing something that helps other people and gives back to the thing that actually got us here in the first place, I feel like that's a necessity for us. And finally, in order to build a strong legacy within our 20s, we need to learn about ourselves. We need to become self-aware. And there's a few things I will recommend about this. So, first of all, we've got books. Books are so crucial, man. Books will teach you so much more than podcasts and anything else. Well, it's just the way your brain digests the information. And we've got psychology books. Forgive the speller, by the way, I'm incredibly dyslexic. But psychology books are so important because you learn and understand how the mind works and why the mind works that way. So you can become more catering to other people. You become more self-aware of yourself. You understand how people work and why people work. You just become a much more mature man than your age. People look at me and think I'm 28. And I truly believe that's not because of the beard, it's not because of the long hair. It's because of the way I carry myself. It's because of the way I understand myself and it's the way I understand other people. And the second type of books we've got is philosophy. Again, forgive the spelling. The reason that philosophy books are so important is because we understand theories and we understand practices and we understand there's different spectrums of thoughts. I think psychology and philosophy link quite well when you read the books in harmony because people's brains work in a certain way and then the certain way that their brains works comes out with different outcomes, if that makes sense. That was really vague. But the philosophy is the outcome of the psychology. And trust me, once you start reading it, you'll kind of understand what I mean. And second of all is history. We want to study the conquerors. We want to study people. Well, Mike Tyson said this to me. Well, not to me personally, but this is what I seen on a video. And he said we need to study the conquerors who've done these great things, who's tacked foreign lands, made it their own, because in a sense, that's what we're doing with our businesses. So books. Then here we've also got time. This time we need for walks. I think best when I'm walking. Recently I've been getting 20k steps a day, but my minimum was 10. And when I'm walking, I'm not on my phone, I'm not replying to messages, I'm not replying to emails, I'm not doing voice notes, I'm not even on a call. I'm just thinking to myself, because I know if I'm sat down by my desk, what do I do? I'm going to work. And if I'm doing anything else, I'm not really thinking. And if I'm running, I'm too tired to think clearly. But when I'm walking, you're in some sort of like meditative state where you can actually get your thoughts across from your subconscious into the conscious. The second thing about your time is journaling. Journal about yourself. Learn about yourself. Learn about why you make certain decisions and when. Understand why you feel the certain way you feel and when. And then once you know more about yourself, you can make more progress about yourself. I've seen that it's often in later in life where people actually become self-aware and realize their downfalls and their strengths. But why can we not do this sooner? Why can we not just do this when we're in our 20s? And I think when we're more self-aware and we understand the world and the human beings that we are inside the world, we can, one, have a better positive impact. We can, two, build something with more impact. We can create just a bigger legacy in general. So just to recap, building a legacy in your 20s. Dad law, build something with impact. Train towards your physical potential. Give back to those who helped you and learn about yourself. If you're an entrepreneur connecting dad law and you're in your 20s, you want to be surrounded by other entrepreneurs in their 20s connecting dad law, then you can book in a call with me on the link below. I'm always down for a chat. Until next one, speak soon, Kate.